Hello and welcome people. Today we're going to have another 1 versus 1 from reddit.com/r/castit. And this replay was submitted by BakerSC, our friendly Zerg player who has submitted before, and I have one of his games casted and uploaded on my YouTube channel. Back then he was in Silver League, but now he has made it all the way to Gold, and he is spawning in the top left side of this map. He is our Zerg player. And in the top right side we have our Protoss player, SlawterHouse. So it's going to be a PvC, and we see a quick expand probably coming up from the Protoss player with a pylon on the low ground. This could be a gateway expand or a forge fast expand. BakerSC could go for a 14 or 15 pull or 15 hatch. A bit risky if SlawterHouse does choose to go for that forge first. But we'll see how this turns out. BakerSC, our Zerg player here who submitted, he wanted to get some feedback on his play, and I'm gonna try my best. You know, I'm not a professional player in any way. I'm Diamond Protoss, so first of all, Zerg could be a bit tricky for me to give response on, but I'm gonna try my best. I guess it's better than nothing. Am I right? Alright, so BakerSC did go for that 10 pool and gas right away, so he's gonna go for some early speedling aggression, perhaps with some banelings. This is early speedlings are of course great versus Protoss. Not of course, they are great versus Protoss. They can make run bys very easily, and you know, slaughter workers. But I think SlawterHouse, he has caught wind of this and he is going to wall in here, and I like this from him. Perhaps drop a pylon here or drop a cannon and then a second pylon I would suggest as well. So I think it's gonna be safe. These Zerglings are on the way right now, so let's see how this goes. Forge just finishing up right now, and is SlawterHouse gonna add on a cannon? Let's see here. Yeah, there it goes. He has to wall in here as well because the Zerglings are well on their way, and they are going to do a lot of damage if they manage to get in. We'll see. SlawterHouse, he's got his probe selected. What is he going to do? And there he goes, a Sabicore, and I think this wall off is no. He regrets his decision. Drops it right there instead. I don't know if this is a full wall off. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, and there's the cannon finishing up. So now BakerSC has to back off. Zerglings cannot take that wall down. So he starts the queen, or it did quite a while ago actually, and goes back to pro production right away. And our Protoss player is adding on a geyser at home. We see a roach warren coming up, so looks like BakerSC wants to go with some more aggression here. He's not going to macro up with an early expansion, or with the expansion after this. He's going to go into roaches instead. And I'm not too sure if I like this. Well, of course it's a viable strategy. I'm more of a macro person myself, but if he wants to go for aggression, sure. I guess it's a doable follow-up. I have lost this many times as a Protoss myself, so it's definitely a strong push if you underreact as a Protoss player. The Protoss is chronoboosting out 2 Zealots right now, and he's adding on more cannons. So this is great for him, since BakerSC is going for that early roach aggression. He has scattered out the Protoss player that there is no expansion on the way from BakerSC right now, but he does go for that right now as what it looks like. So the roach aggression may not even come here. Looks like he just want to hold off for now. BakerSC, some feedback: if you do not go for some early roach aggression, this roach warren wasn't quite necessary at all. So you could have gone for an early expansion instead and just chill out. But SlawterHouse has built a lot of cannons, so that is good. At least you forced out a couple of cannons, and he apparently killed off his own cannon here. I think wasn't there a cannon right there? For some reason he killed that off. I'm not too sure why. I would kill off a gateway instead, honestly. But all right, his choice. SlawterHouse still hasn't thrown down an expansion, so he's quite far behind. Metabolic boost coming up. Adrenal glands. No, what it's called. Glia reconstitution. Adrenal glands is the Zerg crack upgrade at Hive. But the lair is finished quite early, so the early roach speed is available, of course, for BakerSC. His natural is about to finish up. This is gonna give him a lot more production as well as a bit more income if he does choose to saturate that right away. And yes, one drone is in production, and I'm not too sure what he's gonna focus on right here. He's gonna focus on building an army, or he's gonna focus on the macro and drones. We'll see. As for now, he's got a lot of larva idle, and I guess another thing you can try to focus on is your lava usage. Always great to spend that lava. Now he's gonna go for the gold base as well, and I like this from Baker. Since SlawterHouse himself hasn't thrown down a single expansion, I am not too sure what he's doing. He has got no take at all. Okay, there we go. 2 Stargates going to come down from SlawterHouse, and it's important for BakerSC to scout this out right as soon as he can, because he doesn't have a hydra den or an infestation pit or spire or anything. He hasn't got any tech, and he's only got queens for anti-air. So it's important for him to scout out. And an overlord should actually be entering. It should already have entered the main base of SlawterHouse to scout out. So it's important to send that in as soon as you can right now. But now we see finally the natural coming down from SlawterHouse, but it's still quite far behind. I would say 10 drones on the way there for a second for BakerSC. So as long as BakerSC throws down his hydra, then I don't think SlawterHouse is going to be able to produce enough to take him down, basically. But we'll see here. BakerSC going for double evo chamber right now, and this is something I like. Upgrades are very good. Sorry about that microphone. I touched my elbow. Okay, there we go. We're back. Hallucinated Phoenix coming in, and there we see the highlights then. Very good, very good. But I think if he threw this down because of the Phoenix, I think he did. He saw the Phoenix and was like, "Whoa, he's going air. I better throw down my hydralisk then." But that's, of course, a hallucinated Phoenix, and it's really no sign of Stargate play at all. Since BakerSC hasn't scouted out the main base of SlawterHouse, there's really no way for him to know, except for now, of course. Now he spots these 2 Phoenixes coming in, picking off overlords, and this could get quite troublesome from BakerSC. Losing overlords is always quite a nuisance, and it's quite annoying to deal with. It did just make 5 overloads, so it's gonna be safe now, I think. 2 more voidz coming in, so hydra disc production has to start pretty soon here from BakerSC. Hydras are, of course, very good versus voidz, since they are not armored, and they do not take that additional damage from the voidz. BakerSC, you gotta keep an eye on your overlords, man. Where are they going? They are so vulnerable out there, and it still hasn't saturated this space at all. Your main, it was oversaturated before. I recall, yeah, it was oversaturated before. So you know, try to saturate the bases evenly, which I have done right now. Okay, 10 roaches coming in right now. I'm not too sure about this. Why would you make roaches instead of hydras when you have spotted the air? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna go for some aggression. It looks like, yeah, it's actually going to do that right now. The siblings are already across the map. Hydras should be following up, though I see no reason for him not to build hydras. We see SlawterHouse has taken down his own gateway to allow him to get out and try to get some map control with his ground units as well. We see 3 more overlords coming in. He is not supply blocked, but still wants to make those overlords. Can try to practice your injects a bit. You've got quite a lot of NG, not a huge deal, but you know, always good to inject to keep that lava count high. And now you're not producing anything, Baker. I always produce things, all right? You've got a lot of larva. See, there we go. 6 more drones coming in. Those could have been built a lot earlier, and you still have 19 larva idle. You're not doing anything with them, and I would suggest doing that a whole lot more. Hydra is coming in right now, 9, and I like this choice. No reason not to go for Hydras, basically, since they are great versus Protoss Tier 1. Not great versus the carriers, but we do not see them a whole lot. Not great versus Tempest either. Alright, Phoenix is continuing to scout out from SlawterHouse. I like this by him. Always good to kill off as many overlords as you can and gain map control. The SlawterHouse really is undersaturated on these 2 bases, and if you look at the income tab, He is 1000 minerals behind, but he's ahead in gas. Of course, he needs the gas for those air units. They cost a lot of gas. Alright, BakerSC trying to move out right now. He's got quite a lot of links, quite a lot of roaches as well. Not that many hydralisks. And I think he's going to get shut down here. There are 7 voidz right now in the air. And I don't think these hydra is going to be enough. Well, perhaps. We'll see. He hasn't got any filter overcharge available. And there are a lot of circlings here though. A lot of roaches. Cannons are doing as good of a job as they can. But now BakerSC is breaking through. And the voidz has to come down. They have to come down. Force field's coming down. Quite a good force field. Not the best follow-up force fields though. He's got a lot of energy, so just keep force fielding. That's good. Keeping the units out. Here we go. Prismatic alignment coming down from these voidz, and they are doing a lot of damage. One voidz falls, but now BakerSC is gonna retreat as soon as the hydras are down. And as you can see, voidz are quite strong versus most of the Zerg units when they're in low numbers. He just needs a lot of hydraliskers now, perhaps with a couple of infestors to fungal or something like that. But I would suggest hydras. And since there are no colossus out, you don't need swarm host or anything like that. Just pure hydralisk would do great, I feel like. Burrow is finished right now. The research, that is. Oops, what happened to the sound? There we go. Back in it. Ah, that probably didn't matter to you, but it mattered to me. Alright, anyways. Cybercore has to be re-thrown down. A couple of gateways adding on. How many gateways is he at? 3 gateways only. That is not enough at all. But he is only producing off of this target, so I guess it's enough. But BakerSC, you're hovering so much minerals. And let's go back to the units tab. 10 larva, not the most lava idle, but just produce, just build things constantly. There's no reason for you not to. Try to secure more expansions. This one down here and your 4th down here. Just take bases and mass up. I would say get a few more drones. You're a bit low on drones as well for these 3 bases. As you can see, this base is not saturated enough, and this base is most certainly not saturated enough. So more drones and more bases. You know, just spend your money on things. You got a lot of gas. You have a lot of minerals, but not a lot of gas. But you're mining as much as you can. So nothing to do about that. If you got a drone in your main, but that happens, I guess. Happens to me as well. BakerSC coming down here. What's he gonna try to do? Might try to put on some more aggression, but there are not a lot of hydras here. That's the main problem. I'd just make hydras right now if I was Baker. And yes, he is actually making hydras, and got a couple of more on the way. But here we see the voidz moving out, and this is not going to be nice for BakerSC. Basically, so many voidz here, and he hasn't got enough hydras at all. Should just back off for now, drop shitloads of spores, and just make drones and spore crawlers all over the place, because he's got so much minerals. And just, you know, keep making hydralisk spores. That's what I would do. Try to secure more bases as well. Use the lava. That is the main deal. Just practice macro and mechanics all the way. So yeah. For now, the game is slowing down, and we got a mothership on the way. Holy shit. Holy shit, we do not see motherships a whole lot nowadays. In Wings of Liberty, they were the key unit to deal with the Zerg late game Broodlord Infestor. You had the Vortex coming down, and that was basically the only way to deal with Broodlord Infestor. Archon toilets, and you know, blinking didn't work with the infestors, and you know. But nowadays, since they've been nerfed and the Vortex has been removed, we do not see them a whole lot. Hive coming up now from BakerSC. I guess for the 3-3 upgrades, but not really any units that he needs to deal with this army from SlawterHouse. Just make more hydralisks. That was puberty. Alright, now he's coming in here, BakerSC, with a lot of circlings, but everything is just cloaked, and he hasn't got any detection at all. voidz is dealing a lot of damage, and they have plus what? +1/+1, so not great upgrades from SlawterHouse. BakerSC could move up here and try to deny this third, but it's not going to do that. And this third is so late from SlawterHouse. There's BakerSC, you can punish this. You could have punished SlawterHouse a lot more before he got all his voiders up. If you would have made a lot more early hydra discs, you could have dealt with this army in a better way, basically. Now BakerSC has got a lot of hydras though, and I just realized you haven't used your second evolution chamber. You've only got +2 attack. If you would have had +2 armor as well, that would have been great for you. Oh Jesus, these voiders. They're dealing a lot of damage. 6 infestors coming in right now. They are not going to finish with the pathogen glands. That is not that great. You want to wait for pathogen glands to be about to finish, so that your infestors can pop at the same time as it finishes. Try to hold off on the infestor production. Of course, it gives them that energy boost right as they pop. But now it's got infestors out, and I like infestors versus voiders. Fungal growth is very good. You can basically work with it as a force field. You can cut off a bit of the army, move back, and just force some voiders to stay back while you engage the entire army. So that is good. Now we see SlawterHouse main-nodding, I think that's the word. Main-nodding all his workers from his main base to his third. Oh, you worked on the melee attacks, I see now, BakerSC. You're not going to use the melee anyway, so why not get the attack and carapace? He's gonna go for third Evo chamber. Not too sure about this. I don't know why you're doing that, but alright. Not the worst of choices, I suppose. SlawterHouse here trying to secure a 4th base as well. Probably feeling quite secure right now. He's got a big army, a mud ship, and just expanding. That's what you should do as well, Baker. You got still a lot of money. Just mass expand. Try to drop a lot of spore crawlers. Make a lot of drones. That's all. You're still ahead in supply, but not by a whole lot. So let's see how this goes. Armor supply 123 to 112. So that's quite good. You've got quite a good army composition by now, I'd say. Hydra infestor. That is good versus voiders. As long as you keep your infestors alive and control them decently. Now see SlawterHouse and BakerSC, they are completely split up. Let's see if we're gonna see a recall here from SlawterHouse, or if he's just gonna continue moving on in. He has got his army selected. And recall. Nope. He's just gonna walk back. And this is good for BakerSC. If SlawterHouse would have gone for the base trade, I don't know who would have won that. But now BakerSC should just back off, and that is exactly what it's going to do. That's good. Killing off a base for free. Did not lose anything except for quite a few drones over here. Oh, but now SlawterHouse is coming in for the interception. He's gonna catch this army, and this is not a good position for BakerSC to fight in. He's gonna have to drop the fungals right now, lose an infestor immediately, and now he's no, that was not a good. You just move command. Didn't drop a single fungal, and your infestors were dead weight. Well, there we go, a fungal coming down. Hydra's shooting away, another infestor coming in from the top, dropping another fungal. And that, okay, it turned out to be quite a decent trade after all. Now BakerSC should throw these Zerglings at this gold base or over here, try to counterattack to keep the Protoss player busy while you use your economic advantage and larva advantage to just make a lot of Hydralisks. So you just keep him busy with your Zerglings, run him into his main base and natural and the third. That might actually be what you're planning to do. Let's see what you do with these Zerglings. Nope, you're gonna keep him there. Alright, I would suggest, running around trying to be annoying with him. Now we see 19 more Hydras, 5 infestors coming in. That's very good. Going back to the unit composition that worked decently in the last engagement. SlawterHouse doesn't really have a lot of army. He's only got that modded ship and these voiders. So you could trade with these Hydras right now. I think 20 Hydras and a couple of infestors are going to beat that army without a problem. You got a lot of Hydras, damn. Let's have a look at the larva. 10 larva right now. Yep, just work on spending that. Keeping your larva injects up 200 energy on this queen right now. Not the best. Want to keep it at least 100, 125 perhaps at this stage. I would say that is decent. But now we see BakerSC moving out, and I feel like this army is going to take on the Protoss army without a problem. Although there are quite a lot of orders out right now, but +3 is finished. Should be going for that carapace right now. I'm not too sure why you're not going for carapace upgrade, Baker, but I guess it's your own choice. Alright, here we see. Keep the infestors in the back. I like this a lot. No, you gotta go for it, man. I suggest going for it. There we go. Nope. Yeah, here we goes. Here we goes. Here we goes. Hydra's moving in. Overseer's still alive. Gets 3 voters, I think that was. And that is a good trade. Now we'll see. So SlawterHouse has got quite a decent ground army as well. BakerSC moving in, trying to focus down the mothership. Not going to work out. And this is quite a good trade from SlawterHouse actually. Fungus coming down though. And it looks like BakerSC is going to push through. Yes, he's got a lot of hydras remaining still. And now it's coming through. And these zealots are not going to be able to hold this off at all. Yeah, BakerSC's got it. BT, I'm not too sure what that means. But BakerSC did it. Alright, so some criticism or some feedback. I'm not sure about that. Try to spend your lava, use your lava. You had a lot of lava and a lot of minerals as well, so just use it, you know. As long as you build anything, that's better than building nothing. Building spores and spines and drones, you know, works as well. You know, as long as you build things, you're doing better than building nothing. So I guess that is my my main feedback or criticism to you. You know, just build things, use your lava, and you know, you're doing great. I'd like to see more replays from you, Baker. I'd like to see your improvement. All right, so please submit more games. Bye.